And how is that side?
You are now muted.
Very good. But there's a delay. Can you guys tell the lecture? So for the interest of time, commence our lecture. We'll start by introductions. My name now. I am teaching for this. Our main tutor is Joe Program. So right now I will call upon each one of you to us about his preferences in cloud beauty. It's not that. What's going on? Can you hear me now? Any changes? Can you hear me now? Are there any changes or I will need to adjust my internet connectivity? You can now hear me, is it? Well. So I was saying I'm Nauro, and I will be taking you as the teaching assistant for this module. Our main instructor is Dr. Shinofunga. He is not around at the moment. He is occupied with some business, so he'll be joining us while we will be moving our lecture. So I'm calling upon each one of you to introduce him or yourself to the class, then tell us your preferences in cloud computing, probably what you are expecting from the module, your strength in cloud computing, and where you are attached right now. So I'm starting with the class representative. Miss, can you tell us about yourself? Who is Miss? Where are you working? Are you occupied right now? What are your expectations from this module and your strength, area of strength, so that we can allocate the right group when we allocate group to present. Miss, where is
Yes, sir.
tell us about who is Miss really? Where are you your expectations from computing?
My name is Miss. Cannot attend any and my expectations in cloud computing. I just want everything there is certain feedback. You are now.
So I'm not aware if it is my network or Miss network. I could not hear you well. I just heard your name. Group members, can you tell is with Messi internet connectivity? Can you hear me well? So that we can proceed. Well, I move to Mawaneke given Mawaneke. Those who cannot speak, those who are on those hearing aids, can you just type your preferences there? What are your expectations from cloud computing? Your name? Okay, thank you very much, Miss. She's saying my internet is bad. Well, noted. So we are moving on to given. Tell us about yourself, Monique.
You are now unmuted.
Yes, Mr. Monique, what are you expecting from cloud computing? See, regarding this, either to be where we deploy the cloud computing at your workplace. So yes, in the Ministry of Primary Education, you would like to deploy some of your applications. Well, thank you, Mr. Maoneke. We are moving on to.
You are now muted.
Who is the other guy? The Mataris. Who is Mataris? Yes, Mataris. Good. Mataris, can you hear me?
Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, say, can you go ahead, introduce yourself to the class, then tell us about your expectations for this course?
My name is Matarise. I work for the Ministry of Education, Namibia. I think maybe by the end of this module, I expect also to be able to apply the principles of cloud computing in my working area.
So, Ms. Matase is interested in applying the principles of cloud computing in his working area, also in the education sector in Namibia. The next Polycarp, I don't know, Polycarp, if I just pronounce it the way it should be pronounced. You tell us about yourself, applications.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Paul. I work in the private education sector. My expectations for the course is that I will get practical and relevant knowledge about cloud computing, which I think is an element in analytics, especially for people who aspire to be data engineers. To provide data and tools so that further analysis of data can be carried out. Thank
you. Mr. Polycarp, so the thing is from the private education, it is anticipating to have analytics data showing some insights from data on the cloud employees or analytic algorithms on the cloud. So probably we have a student who will be doing on a cloud, probably the analytics part of it, where we are deploying those algorithms on the cloud. Thank you very much. We are moving on to who is next there. Anyone to introduce themselves? Can you write? Those who are on headphones, can you just write? Those who cannot speak, please just write about yourself. I want to appreciate the composition of our class, how best we can assist each other in cloud computing, and we shall assign each of you tasks that are related to your workplace so that it will be easy for you when presenting. So make it a point that you just tell me who you are, your expectations, and your areas of strengths in cloud computing. You see, it's now adult learning. You are from the industry. Most of you are working. So it's the process of sharing what we have at your workplace. Remember, cloud computing is more of a practical subject where we are learning the deployment part of it, where we are saying we have the private, we have the public, we have the community cloud, hybrid cloud. How best can we make use of this technologies to enhance our workplaces. That's the difference from our undergrad, where we are defining terms and talking about the advantages. No, we are now talking about the application part of it. So at the end of this module, we should be able to apply what we have learned. But however, with the dynamism in technology, we would like those in the sector, probably from Econet, from Ademtar, and from Microsoft Teams, from AWS, if we can have them, so that we can share the ideas that we have, rather than relying on theory. So when I ask you to say where you are attached, please, we are just collecting data so that we can share what we have with the class. That's the process of learning these days. It's no longer having me to say this is Chagat. No. And now, can we allow? Who else can you write about your anticipations? I can see some writing. Can you just be quick, guys? We want to move to the business of the day. Tapuan Ashemoyo currently working for Unifreight Africa, hoping to understand cloud computing concepts and how best to apply it at my workplace. Of course, we would like that to be done at your workplace. You see, I left something that is very important when I introduced myself. By the way, I am the acting Chief Administrator for Junior University of Technology, and when I was doing this course, being taught by Dr. Shinofunga, our lecturer, it happened that during one of our presentations, he selected me to come up with a visualization platform where the machines, the VMs, the virtual machines in one VLAN can communicate with virtual machines in another VLAN. It was the era when we were about to enter the lockdown period in 2020 January. Lockdown was not yet officially there. It was in some parts. So during that time, he was devising a way on how to make sure that the employees are able to work from home. So for the purpose of gaining more marks, I engaged in a tight research where I come up with the visualization technology. By then it was Citrix, the hypervisor that we were using. So I managed to come up with those VLANs and also managed to deploy the machines in a class presentation. Then after that, it was successful in class, and I was awarded the marks that befit me by then. We went back to our workplace. He is the head of the department. So he said, Nauro, can you champion the visualization technology at our workplace? Then we started deploying servers on virtual machines. We already have built something very, very, very good from that. So it comes from the class. It is here where the ideas are turned into the implementation that can be used. So we have Rukara or in Rukara from Ministry of Health. I hope to learn the concepts of cloud computing and be able to advance my knowledge base, and also on what? Rukara, okay, and also how I can apply this to know my workplace. Okay. Well, we will figure out the other guys who assist us. I have heard you now have a system. Is it working? The health, what was system? Is it now working? Do you have the data sets? Do you have the data center where you keep the records for patients? And if I can come, probably I want to do some analytics. Can you offer me those data sets? Heart disease, asthma, TBs, whatever, the COVID statistics and symptoms, everything. Can I get a data set from your place, Mr. Rugar? Mr. Rugar is saying yes, there is now electronic health record system that is there. It has been still to be rolled out, not yet fully functional. Make it functional, guys. You are the people, you are the personnel. Then we have Bridget Barrow, who's saying she's coming from the NGO sector, L&E research. Thank you very much. I am expecting to explore the cloud computing world and how I can incorporate it to my current sector. I'm excited to be doing this course. Thank you very much. We will learn. You will learn. We will learn. Yes. By the way, guys, the other thing in cloud computing, you already know a lot. You are at organizations where you know everything from that side. But I would urge you to unlearn everything that you know, just unlearn. Then we start at a fresh page. We are beginning on a new fresh page. This will aid you during your examinations because the terms that you will be using might be a bit technical. To an extent that what you know, yes, you really know everything, but when it comes to writing now, the technical ways that we use here, take them seriously. Nyasha Zashe NZ Nyasha, I am from, I don't know, Harare, probably, I don't know. She mistakenly pressed the enter button. She is writing, yes. Go ahead, Nyasha Zashe, or is it Nyasha Zashe? My name, by the way, is Precious. So it's a unisex name. Allow me to say sorry if Nyasha is a he, and I've just called him a. Sorry if I have done that. Ms. Polycarp, can you mute your mic? Anyone who still wants to say something before we proceed with our presentation? So I now have a list of individuals that have just said something on their expectations from this course. Okay, in the interest of time, guys, while some are still writing Asha from health sector, I have the same expectations as Rukara. Thank you very much. We have heard from Rukara. So we are now moving forward. So our module, our course is MSAE, MSCDA. The 606 is now 717 cloud computing. And a preamble. Cloud computing module serves as a comprehensive resource for students and professionals interested in gaining skills in the field of cloud computing. This guide provides a structured overview of the module, its learning objectives, and key topics covered throughout the module. Cloud computing is the pillar of the fourth industrial revolution and one of the present-day burning technological topics with a range of effects on information technology, business, IT, enterprise architecture, and data storage decisions. It's not just tech professionals who need to improve their cloud skills. Cloud computing has become an essential component of the modern data technology infrastructure, enabling organizations to store, manage, and access data and applications through remote servers and networks. As more and more business launch in or migrate to the cloud, it's key that every individual in an organization understand the cloud computing space and the impact it is having on all aspects of the company. So this cloud computing module learning path covers cloud computing, starting with the basics, defining what cloud computing is in order to make sure you have the context you need to understand how to make key business decisions. We look at different deployment models and service models, along with key cloud concepts and some use cases of cloud technology. Next, we look at how the integration affects the internal business operations across the organizations, including which business dynamics are affected, contractual obligations and risks inherent in operating your business in the cloud. Some of you will already be working at organizations that made the leap, and some will be considering plans to migrate, as shown by those from the Ministry of Education. And some of you were saying they just want to know how we can migrate to the cloud. So some of you, but no matter that, understanding this impact of what it means for your business to move to the cloud will be valuable. This module guide outlines the content, assessments, and recommendations. Recommend resources, those are the references, to support learners in acquiring a solid foundation in cloud computing and preparing them for real-world applications and challenges. Whether you are a student exploring career opportunities or a professional looking to expand your expertise, this guide will provide you with the necessary information to navigate and succeed in the cloud computing module. Finally, we provide an overview of the major public cloud platforms so that you can understand the similarities and differences. Take all together, this learning path provides any business professional with the information they need to make critical decisions from their business. From whether to migrate to the cloud, to which platforms to consider, to mitigating the risks, and ultimately to being able to operate most effectively using the technology that's transforming enterprise around the globe. So moving forward, we have some learning outcomes here. What you expected to be knowing after learning this module. Probably this is where you need to dwell on. More oftenly, just you need to understand these things. So understanding of the fundamental concepts and principles of cloud computing, including its definition, characteristics, and service models. Be able to identify key benefits and challenges associated with adopting cloud computing technologies in various industries and organizational settings. Be able to explain the different types of cloud deployment models and this, such as public, private, and hybrid clouds, and evaluate their usability, their suitability for different use cases. Demonstrate knowledge of visualization technologies and their role in enabling cloud computing environments. Analyze and assess the security and privacy considerations associated with cloud computing, including data protection, access control, and compliance. Evaluate cloud service providers and their offerings based on factors such as reliability, scalability, performance, and cost effectiveness. Be able to design and implement cloud-based infrastructure and architectures considering factors such as resource allocation, load balancing, and fault tolerance. And to utilize cloud storage and database services to manage and store data effectively in a cloud environment. Then to configure, yes, you will be doing configurations, and to manage virtual machines, containers, serverless computing resources in the cloud. understand and apply cloud networking concepts, including virtual networks, subnets, and network security groups. Then to implement cloud-based monitoring, logging, and performance optimization techniques to ensure the efficient operation of cloud resources. So that's basically what you should be able, or what you are expected to be knowing after going through this model. Many of you will say, hey, there's a lot to learn, but you see that if you manage to configure and manage a virtual machine, you have already demonstrated the knowledge of virtualization technologies, because it's done by visualization technologies. While it's doing that, when you deploy a cloud environment, it means either you are doing that while it's on premise, or you are doing that on the public platform being offered by Google, being offered by Microsoft Azure, AWS. So those are the cloud deployment models. The concept that you need to understand when you are saying the cloud deployment models is just master that concept. We discover that it should be zeroing in on one main converging point where we are saying the knowledge of visualization technologies drives you to be knowing the deployment, the service modules, all that, and also the weaknesses of each, the scalability part of it, all those. So there's zeroing in on the visualization technologies and how they work. Moving forward, we want you to develop skills in deploying and managing applications in the cloud, utilizing platform as a service, containerization technologies, implement backup and disaster recovery strategies in cloud environment to ensure data availability and business continuity. This is very essential, very pertinent issue for this module, because at the end of the day, we are preaching the gospel of education 5.0, where we are emphasizing the practicability, the practical part of every module. So after completing this module, we don't expect to have Messi not knowing how to backup, how to perform a backup on multiple sites for this disaster recovery incidents. In the event that one other site is down, how do we recover that? How do we come back to the internet? How are we going to service our distributed system, the distributed databases, the Mongols? Yes. Collaborate effectively in a team to plan, deploy, and manage cloud computing projects, considering project management methodologies and best practices. Stay up to date with emerging trends and advancements in cloud computing, and critically evaluate potential impacts on the business and society. Ladies and gentlemen, are we together? Do you hear me well? Yes, thank you very much, Bridget Bell. Thank you very much. Yes. Thank you very much. I will keep on saying this because of intermittent network connectivity that might affect this side. So it's very important to be getting your feedback. So basically, as I mentioned before, the name of the module and code name is MSCDA 717, that's cloud computing, under the School of Ship and Business Sciences. We are now level 1, 2. The main facilitator is Dr. Nofunga. And as I mentioned earlier on, I'm just his teaching assistant, and that's his email address. And if you happen to have some challenges, you are free to call him on that number. And by the way, I've just made this copy downloadable. Just go to the left corner. There's an arrow pointing downwards. You can download this so that you can go through whatever we will be doing from this end. Then the class policy, guys. Let's agree on this one. Class policy. Students are encouraged to attend all classes in time. Let's adhere to the time that we agree. For example, we all agree that we will be meeting at 4. So joining the class at 4 will just be good for us, because at the end of the day, by 6, we will be leaving. But if we fail to meet the 4, probably we started our first 4. It means the 2 hours will extend up to our first 6. It will be a bit darker out there for those who are not at home. Then attendance will be automatically marked online. But at the start of the class, and students failing to secure 75% attendance will not be allowed to sit for final exam. So it would be possible for from postal just to fail. You won't be able to attend the exam just because you did not attend the class. Please, let's just be punctual. Make sure that you attend all lectures. Assignment submission deadline must be observed. In case of late submission, assignment will not be considered. If you submit your assignment at your own time, we agree that we are going to be submitting our first assignment on Friday. Then someone decides to do that on Monday. There's no room for that. Make it a point that we stay in good books. You adhere to the deadlines. In case someone have a challenge, because we are humans and we face some challenges, probably we have a problem back home or at your workplace and you have just failed to submit, make sure you alert me on time or the doc on time. I've just been handed an assignment to move out of the country. Like last time, we had some guys who moved to United States of America and others to Canada, some to Kenya on business. And we had to consider them for exam because they notified us on time. So mobile phones, those who are absent on the announcement date of the assignment test must be given a topic chapter test confirmed through their peers. Watu wakundikana kuyo class. That's watu wakundikana kuyo class, and you have been assigned a task to carry out. Please make sure you meet your class rep. Madam Miss, is it Miss? Miss, are you our class rep?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. I saved this name is Beck. What? I don't know. Beck something. I'm sorry for that. I will just have to rename that in my contact. Mobile phones must be put on silent in all online and physical classrooms. The background noise from wherever you are. Some of you are already at home. Some of you are at workplaces where you share some offices. Just make it a point that you mute your mic, or your mobile phones must be put on silent so that we won't hear any background sounds on this platform. Right, the methods of instruction, we shall be having face-to-face, the dramatization, videos where possible, group discussions and assignments. Here, we are fostering collaboration. We are encouraging collaboration as adults. So we'll be having our main thrust on this one. Then group practicals and presentations. How many of you stay in Chinoi? You can just show on the public chat. You write your names, those who stay in Chinoi. How many of you? Or else, can you just write where you stay so that we can make the necessary arrangements? We are going to be having some practicals. So this is the time to decide on how best we will. So nyasha zashe zinvuma. Right, guys? Wonde Valley, hey, okay, Wonde Valley. Yeah, these guys. Kwa Wonde. And Polycarp Mtari. Kodzai. Beatrice Sunga. Shumirai Goke. Mess is Narari. Clara is in Goku, is in Beatrice. Mafingo Harare. And so how many of you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Guys, I'm back. Can you hear me? Okay, thank you very much. So I was saying the methods of instruction. Sorry, yes, I went off this side, so I was part of the network when Cesar went off. Individual presentations, case study analysis, then the grading policy interval evaluation. We'll be having some group presentations that will be contributing 10%, group practicals 10%, quizzes and tests 20%, individual assignments 20%. So our total coursework constitutes 60%. However, there are some changes that were implemented last time where we are saying about 30% will go to group presentations. 30% of the total mark, our total of the 60%, half of the marks will be coming from the group presentation. That's where you are going to show the practical side, is the implementation of cloud computing. So you shall be having some practical that we are supposed to carry. So you devise a way of presenting. I've just seen that we are located geographically spaced, some are in Vuma, some in Wende Valley. So to be having those practicals whenever we meet, to have them physically, it will be costly to some of you. So what we are going to do, probably we'll be having one other main practical. We will travel probably to Harare, then we meet there. We have our practicals, then we move to any one of the service providers, cloud service providers, lecture1, Mtandi, Econet, or our HPC in Harare use it. We go there, then we have the feel and touch of how the cloud environment looks like, the redundance part of it, the kinds of switches they have, the kind of server they have, all that you need to know that. So arrange those in Genoa. That's why I was asking those in Genoa, because if we are to have a bus, it will be starting from Genoa University to those centers. Those who cannot manage to come here to Genoa can come from your places. Then we meet in Harare for the last practical. But for the other practicals, you will be doing them using some simulation softwares. Some you can just demonstrate how to create a virtual machine on Microsoft platform. You just create accounts with Microsoft Azure, Microsoft Teams, then you create an account with them. It's for free. From there, you can show us how we can create multiple machines on one bare metal server. And the allocation of resources, the hardware virtualization part of it, the memory virtualization part of it, and the storage, and how can load balance, all those aspects. We'll be expecting you to be doing that. Mind you, I told you that this is adult learning. I won't be dishing out everything for you. I will also have my presentation that I will be doing in class, and I will be showing them to you. But each one of us will need to have a presentation from his side. So there's a lot of research, ladies and gentlemen, that we are going to partake within this course, and that will aid you to be a somebody. As you were saying, I'm expecting to know this. I'm expecting. We are going to do that together as a team. We will achieve our results as a team. You will see your individual effort, and at the end of the day, you will say, this is from my own making. like what I'm saying right now in this presentation, that we have implemented something that is functional right now. So moving on, those are the hours that we're expecting, and the final examination is a 3-hour paper out of 100. The examination either comprises of 5 questions, or you are supposed to answer all questions, but normally section A, you will be having question 1, that is a compulsory practical question marked out of 50. We agreed, or we all agreed that cloud computing is a practical subject. So we are saying alternative to prac. So it's a practical question that you will be answering on your sheets. Because if we are to create a virtual machine, if you are to load balance, that would need more than 2 hours. We discovered that you won't have done justice to the exam. So it's an alternative to prac that you are going to carry out in your exam. So the documents in the handouts will be on your portals. I hope you all registered and you can all access the handouts and learning material on your portals. Now, these are the areas that we are supposed to cover. The introduction part of it includes the definition and the essential characteristics of cloud computing. So there you need to understand the basic concepts and definitions of cloud computing, learn about the benefits, characteristics, mark this word, characteristic of cloud, characteristics of the cloud. This one, mark it, because we have the 5 characteristics: resource pooling, the measured service, pay per use, ubiquitous. Just make sure that you know those characteristics, because that defines cloud computing. The service models and cloud computing. Explore difference between public, private, and hybrid clouds. So we are expected to know the evolution of the cloud computing, the service models, and cloud computing. We are moving to cloud service models. So you familiarize yourself with the 3 primary cloud service models. That is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. There are many. We have a database as a service. We have software as a service. We have all those. But in this case, primarily we are looking at the 3 major. From there, we can expand, go and do a lot, serverless computing, all those. But of primary importance are the 3 main. That's where we will be zeroing in. Because if you look at database as a service, you are susceptible to be using the platform as a service, where they are providing a platform already that is ready for you to install your whatever as a platform. And also it works as a software as a service to those who would need the databases to be provided to them. Then we have the cloud deployment models. Many people have been having vice versa these things. Either you ask about cloud service models, one answers cloud deployment models. So that's why I said you guys need to unlearn whatever you know in cloud computing. I know some of you did undergraduate, some of you did the cloud computing as a program. And you might be saying you know everything. But for this module, I urge you guys just to follow what we will be doing in class, so that you will be able to answer the type of questions for this module. Many of the students have problems interpreting these two: cloud sales models and cloud deployment models. Then we move to cloud computing architecture, the service-oriented architecture, the SOA, the event-driven architecture, the visualization technologies, and we move on to cloud compute, cloud security and compliance. So the legislative arm in cloud computing, thanks to the Zimbabwe Data Protection Act 2021, where we now have a law, a cyber law. So the security on the cloud, with the privacy issues, cloud vulnerability, security on the cloud, identify management, access management, confidentiality and availability, the encryption methods that are used. We have the symmetric and the asymmetric, the public key, the hash algorithms, the digital signatures, homomorphic encryption, a lot of encryption methods that are used to encrypt data in transit. We also move to cloud storage and databases. Here we'll be studying the cloud storage options such as object storage, block storage, and file storage. We learn about the databases, including the relational, the NCQ, the new SQL databases, and understand concepts like data replication, data consistency, and data backup in the cloud. So all this, the NoSQL database, we expect you will, and we also want to add the MongoDB. Well, cloud networking and connectivity, where we'll be looking at the virtual private networks. By the way, we can't talk about cloud computing not knowing the fundamentals, the basics on networks. So VLANs, we really want to know something on VLANs. We expect you to be knowing how to configure a VLAN, just a single VLAN, where we are going to have one of our machines, one of our servers. So somebody doing cloud needs to have an appreciation of the routing protocols, the basics, actually. We are not doing anything but the basics. So load balancing, direct connections and VPN gateways, content delivery networks, and content efficiency. We will also be looking at cloud migration and management. Someone was talking about how we can migrate to the cloud. So assessing the dependence, ensuring data integrity, right-sizing resources, leveraging reserved instances, implementing auto-scaling, and on auto-scaling based on demand. And we move on to cloud service providers and technologies that are in existence at the moment, where we have Amazon Web Services, the Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, and the serverless computing, the containers, the microservices. Okay. Sorry. Fortune was saying, is the exam practice or theory? I think I mentioned this, that it is an alternative to practice. You are simply writing about the practical part, how to implement something, how we are going to install a visualization, how we are going to configure. So if I say we have two servers that needs to communicate with each other, but there is a lot of traffic that is causing some... sorry. Allow me to answer this. Sorry, I was answering someone. I didn't want some background noises to come in. So I was saying where we want to have the load balanced is a practical question that might come. How we are going to carry out the load balancing. So you see, it's not a really practical, but the steps that are considered, what we are going to implement, and the course that we are going to write are very important. So have you been answered for two? Exam in practice or theory? Have you been answered? Sorry, that was a mistake. Well, right, Kevin. And we just mentioning about the cloud service providers. So here we need to know much on these ones and also the local ones. We are dwelling on our according to Education 5.0. We are saying those that are in Africa, those that are in Zimbabwe. How are they managing it? How are they deploying? How are they having our data secure on the cloud? How are they doing it? The they've done is the liquid, the tier one, all those who are offering these services. How are they doing it? And also the private cloud, each organizations, how are you doing it? How are you securing your data? How are you storing it? How are you providing the services? So move on to cloud governance and challenges. I think we did data governance. So the government governance frameworks, the policies and the compliance requirements. Look into that. We'll cover the myths on cloud computing. Some have a lot of questions. Is it safe, guys, to move our data to the cloud? Just a question. You can write on the public chat area. Is it safe? Do you feel safe to have your data on the cloud? Everything about yourself, your private information secured on the cloud. Is it safe for you? I'm looking forward to see a lot of writing on the public chat here. Public chat area. Are you hearing me, you guys? Or I am just alone? I'm asking you, is it safe to have your data on the cloud? Are you comfortable having your data on the cloud? It's a question that needs an answer. So I'm expecting a lot, almost everyone to type. Brendan Chico, Bridget Barrow, Fortune, Asmoni, Akunda, I love more. Matarise, Maonike, given, I'm expecting your answers right there. Noshadzashe, Ziera, who is this one? Polika, Pruka, Shumira Inuwe, Thomas Chikwanya, Tondi. Probably Miss Love Mo, you can. You can write, then we will discuss. After you all write your what you think, I'm expecting every one of you to write, or else you are not in this class. Are we safe having our data on the cloud? Is it safe? Are you comfortable having everything on the cloud? Yes, I'm expecting multiple answers from you guys. Almost everyone, I need your feedback. Are we safe having our data on the cloud? Our private information deployed on the cloud? Let's discuss. Let us discuss. So, starting with Mr. Asmonia is saying yes, he's saying he's very safe deploying data on the cloud. I will call you one by one probably to explain this. That's saying yes, Love Muhammad is saying no. And Polycarp is saying yes, we already have loads and loads of our data on the public cloud, e.g. social media. And the other guy, Mawaneke, given is saying yes, it depends on the ones handling the data. Because I don't have any problem with that. And Shumila is saying, I'm not safe. I am not safe. I will not upload sensitive information on the cloud. Yes, we are. Brendan Chico is saying, I'm not sure. And Bridget Bell is saying, yes, we have. But we should make sure, Luca is big again, saying, but we should make sure that we select a very good, reputable vendor. At this point, yes and no, it depends, I guess. Thomas Pan is saying, I think it's good to put sensitive data. It's not good. He's saying it's not good to put sensitive data. There is risk of being hacked. Milton is saying yes. And Brandon Chico is saying yes. Yes, it's safe, concrete, clear. Contracts with the vendor is clear to avoid vendor lock-in instances. Yeah. On deployment, we'll discuss about vendor lock-in. We'll discuss about this. Yes, Moshino is saying yes. So the majority is saying yes. The cloud is very safe. It's a very safe place. This debate is an ongoing debate which needs careful attention if looking at it. Because some companies right now in America, for example, the American Defense Forces, I was talking to somebody who was telling me that they do not use computers up to this age. And I was saying, what are you saying? And he said, yes, most of their sensitive information, they are still using typewriters. I said, you're lying to me. And he said, the American defense system does not use computers for their sensitive information. They are still depending on typewriters. The subject for research, I was just told by somebody. In terms of having our data on the cloud. And it all depends who you are. So the means on the cloud or means of cloud computing is saying, is it tried and tested? Is it all or nothing? Cloud is one size fits all. Virtualization and cloud are the same. Cloud will lock you in. Cloud costs jobs. You need more than one cloud. Cloud is for the tech companies, cloud harms the environment. Everything works better in the cloud, and the cloud isn't secure. It is always cheaper to run in the cloud. Those are the myths. These reality. So we have the myths versus the reality. We will delve into that. We will look at that. What is really the cloud? And demystifying these concepts. Then we'll be having some labs where we'll be having some practical implementation of different cloud service models and visualization platforms, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service, then the hypervisors, step 1 and step 2. I think, as I alluded earlier on, you can find these books on your CAT VLE. Concrete clear contracts with the vendor is required. Okay, I read this one. So, ladies and gentlemen, for this course, this is our module guide. This is what we will be using. So, from now going onwards, the principle of cloud computing is that the main principle is that we work. I work and you work. We discuss what we have just presented. How many groups do we have, class rep? How many groups do we have in this class?
We have 6 groups, sir.
We have 6 groups. So the 6th of how many? 3.
Yes.
So the 6th group, I will diffuse that one. And you have the 3 members allocated to 1, 2, 3 groups. Then the other 2 groups, they work like that. I will give them topics that are necessary for them. Now, we now want to move to our group presentations that will present progressively. Here is our, so group 1, we said we are going to have 5 groups, is it? Yes, 5 groups. So the first group will present on the introduction and cloud computing and the key terms. Essentially, they need to define the essential characteristics of the cloud. Remember, this is academic writing. Guys, when you define your terms, please make sure that you use the relevant citations. We just define for the sake of defining. We will expect you to have properly cited text, acknowledging that you get that information from somebody. I think you've been doing this, and we use upper 6th edition to do that. 7th edition, don't worry, let us use the 6th edition to make sure that you cite everything that you do, make sure that it's properly cited. You acknowledge a source. I have got this from, so according to Ningi, ECA, according to Shinofunga 2022, cloud computing is the online, on demand, what, something like that. That's our expectation from you. You define all these terms, the emerging technologies, the history of data centers, the data center and its components, the technical equipment, the design consideration, power efficiency, redundancy, and the requirements. So on a redundancy, group 1, who are members of group 1, Miss Class, Madam Class Rep? Can I have the members for group 1? Can say them out?
There's Yasha, Zira, Polycarp.
So let's write them. Can you write them on the public chat? Just write everything on the public chat so that we can allocate ourselves with the rightful personnel, taking into considerations your areas of strength and your areas where you need someone to assist you. While she is writing, group 2 will be looking at cloud computing models, the cloud deployment models, the private, public, and community, the hybrid one, the benefits that are drawn from there, then serverless computing on the emerging trends. You can always add some more on this one. You can always add on the emerging trends. We mentioned about, okay, these ones. So on this one, those who are doing, those in group 1, I would like you to add serverless computing versus edge computing. Serverless computing versus edge computing. A comparison of those. And these ones are just going to look at serverless computing and the microservices and applications modernization. Then cloud, number 3, that's cloud relevant technologies. They're looking at thin provisioning and the thick clients, the broadband data centers, visualization. So group 3, of course, you're going to have a practical on this one. Group 3, after presenting, you also have some practical implementation. Then moving on to group 4. Group 4, cloud security. Cloud security. These ones will also present on the encryptions, the encryption algorithms. You choose one encryption algorithm on how you can encrypt your data. Yes. And how it is done. So we're expecting something that is practical from you. Yeah. I can't hear you. Is that a comment?
No, sorry, sir.
So you are going also to show us the load balancing. Practical here. Load balancing is practical here. So group 3, we are speaking practical on visualization. How the visualization is done, the thick and the thin clients, the storage redundancy, they have a lot. This one might have a very short presentation, but a lot of practical work needs to be done there. And we're now moving to group 5. These ones are going to present on the cloud use cases, where we are saying, if we are looking at Microsoft Azure, give us the examples, give us how we can deploy applications, how we can access resources on Microsoft Azure. So we are going to open accounts. Almost everyone, all within this class is going to have an account from Microsoft Azure, so that when these guys will be presenting, we will be following up, doing exactly what they will be doing. Is it understood? Group 5, we are going to present on these cloud use cases, but I've discovered that Microsoft Azure have a free account that is offered to individuals for this course. So for this course, I'll be expecting each of you to have an account. So when we will be creating virtual machines on your accounts, almost everyone will be doing that. So you go and create accounts, guys. Almost everyone must have an account with Microsoft Azure. It's a free account, this one. Last time we used the Google Compute Engine to open accounts. You already have them, but we want to familiarize ourselves with all technology. So even Microsoft Azure account, then probably the next group will explore on Amazon Web Services. Then Ms. Nauru will be presenting also on the visualization technologies type 1 and type 2 practical. That's what we said we meet. We have to meet either in Harare, the central position, for almost everyone. Then we have our practicals done there. Then, or if we fail, we can do that during the final week when we'll be at CAT. When you come for your examination, so you need to have that practical done. So for today, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I have seen on our table, we are meeting tomorrow again, is it? So, Madam S, can you split those in group 6, those who were supposed to be in group 6, you allocate them to group 5, 4, and 3.
Sorry, I've realized that we had 5 groups, not 6.
Okay, moving on like that. Those with group 1 and group 2, please, we expect practical examples from you. Practical examples. Make sure you use practical examples. Those in group 4, you are a bit blessed. You have Mr. Makaza there. He will assist you in coming up with are you the ones who will be presenting load balancing? Yes, you assist you there. And we also want some encryption algorithms presented practically there. So this we expect you guys. This was done by your prior group. They presented very well and they earned better marks. I said these presentations will carry 30% of your final coursework mark. So make sure you take your time to do this, and I will give you that time. I will allocate you that time. Tomorrow we are supposed to meet, is it? Tomorrow we are supposed to meet.
Oh, yes.
We are supposed to meet tomorrow. So no problem. We will meet tomorrow. And it is Mr. Nauro who is supposed to present. But if I do present, for example, for these guys, the definitions and something else for you, it means I will allocate the marks to Mr. Nauro. Is it fair? Group 1. Are you there?
Hello, sir.
Yes, Lika present. If I happen to present, for example, for the evolution of cloud computing, the emerging technologies supported by the cloud, I will allocate the marks to myself. Are you comfortable with that?
As long as you are part of group 1.
No, I'm not part of you guys.
You become part of us.
So what it means is tomorrow will you be prepared enough to present?
I don't think so. We need a bit of time.
You need a bit of time.
Yes.
So I normally teach last. I'm the last presenter normally. That's why I shelved myself be the last presenter because I will be covering everything that we have been discussed by group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. Then I will be the last presenter normally. So I can give you tomorrow, you guys, all of you, all groups. I'm giving you tomorrow to prepare for your presentation. We are meeting again next week on what? When are we meeting again after tomorrow?
Next week on Tuesday.
On Tuesday, next week. Tomorrow is just like we are meeting again, but I cannot come here to present something that is going to be presented by group 1. So what we are going to do is tomorrow I will give you the whole of tomorrow. You do your simulations where necessary, you do the presentation, the research, everything. You do it tomorrow. When we meet next week on Tuesday, group 1, be prepared to present. We will ask you questions. You will be allocated marks for answering the questions from the floor. And also, everyone must participate. Marks will be awarded for those who participate. For example, in group 4, there's Brandon, there's Mercy, and Given. Each one of you will be having his or her slides to present, and we will ask questions according to what we have just presented or what is in your presentation. And we will be expecting Brandon to answer. Understood? Are we together, guys? So kuzoti manje say we are in group 3, but inini maki yangu yakasiyana ya Bridget yagala ndi azowana 17 out of 20 but ndawana 13. It's unfair. We will be allocated according to how you participated, according to how you presented. Palikunzibwera.
So just for clarity,
Yes.
you are saying we should further allocate portions within our presentations to each group member and they will present separate.
No, I don't know how we are going to do it.
Okay.
The thing is, we want to see collaborative effort.
Okay.
As a team, make sure that almost everyone within that group is able to interpret whatever you've been allocated.
Okay.
Yes, because for example, if someone presents on edge computing versus fog computing, and I ask the difference between the two or the relationship between the two to someone who presented on evolution of cloud computing and fails to answer that, then it was not done by the group, it was individual work.
Then also on the time allocation for our presentations, what's the time allocation, and also on the structure, do you expect a write-up then to be also submitted after presentation, or we just need to have the PowerPoints that can then be presented and explained?
Okay. Initially, for the first time you come up with your presentations, we don't have any time limit. If it means that group 1 will be presenting for the whole day, it's still okay. As long as you cover all the topics, as long as we feel you have done justice, we've asked all the relevant questions pertaining that group. After the corrections, then you go back and make all the necessary corrections, then you submit for marking. But already, since it is 30%, since it is 50% of the total mark, we already be having 50%. Then the write-up will be for marking. Have you managed to make the right citations? Is the presentation well? Are you number of slides that you have just done and the number of points per slide? Remember, we'll be doing PowerPoint presentations. All these will be done on PowerPoint, except for groups 3, 4, and 5 who have some simulation software or whatever they will be using to present class. But almost everyone is going to be using PowerPoint presentations. Why are they called PowerPoints? It's because we are having the powerful points presented. Evolution of cloud computing. That's a point. We don't expect to write a paragraph in PowerPoint. You need to explain. If you say evolution of cloud computing, we expect you to start from the mainframes, how it developed to the present day. After just saying evolution of cloud computing. Then in the write-up, the final one now, that will be in Word document, that's where you will be writing all those. But in class, we just expect you to be saying everything from those. So I expect not more than 5 points on a slide. Not more than 4 points. 4 powerful points on a slide. Are we together, guys? Muchiriko Ereuko, are you still there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are together.
But say, but say. There's a complaint. She is saying, but say. You can say it out. Whatever that you feel. Because we are saying, guys, this is adult education. This is the highest level where you are supposed to write something at master's level. We are now mastering the concept. So if you can't say it out, uchitoita zvekutaura wega, evolution of cloud computing, obva watanga kutiudza kudedemura, then there's a problem. You haven't mastered anything. You are just reading. Which we can take a grade 7 student and start to read in front of us. Emerging technology supported by the cloud. Serverless computing, quantum computing. Hey, by the way, I left quantum computing. These guys who are presenting so it's you guys who are in group 1 who also include quantum computing. You just explain the concept in quantum computing and why it is being said to be the best ever technology developed so far. Quantum computing. So, do you have any questions? Bridget is still typing. Or can you say out your sentiments? But Young was on different strength in terms of presentation skills. Kuti munhu anenge akatofirira kuparticipate mugroup isawana bhibhero tozongoya togona kudedzera nekutaura but software ndakatodzidziswawo naGarland on different marks pagroup work. Zvinotodii kwakoma? Zvinotodii? Because there's someone who has better presentation skills. Then someone is not good in presenting, but knows. But as mudzidzisi, as somebody who has been to school, Don't you think I know that this guy is just failing to present, but he has the data? I'm equally good to note that don't worry. We'll see that as we go. If you are going to be carrying out practical presentations, don't worry. It will solve itself. Hazimbonesi kuona kuti kana vari kuziva sisawa havasi kuziva. Don't worry. Because the presentation is not all about talking and talking. No. We need the information. The content is very important for those who will be presenting. What we are saying, we cannot, no. This guy is just good in talking, but hapana zvinozikama. Tichafunza kama questions. Don't worry. If it is those who will be doing the practicals, don't worry. But mark allocation shall be strict, very strict, and will be awarded according to your contribution. This I tell you guys. For this module, I am telling you. We also have the quizzes we are going to write. They are simple quizzes, but our assessment is mainly on this presentation. That's why I gave you a lot of time to go and research, to go and look into this. Any questions? Any more questions? Excuse me. Any more questions? Okay. You'll be given more time to present my fortune. When you come back, you will always present. We'll make sure that you present. We will make sure that you present. Don't worry.
So for group 1, serverless computing versus edge computing.
Not for quantum computing. We need the concept there. Why it is rated the best ever technology developed.
Just quantum. Kumashure ndambozwa mambotaura what was it? Just with my serverless computing.
You mean serverless computing versus
then quantum computing again.
No, that's not it. Quantum computing again. It's not on this downloadable whatever word document as paper. But just add that. I have just added it right now.
Quantum computing.
Yes.
Then serverless iri kubva pagroup 2 iri kuya kugroup 1 as well.
Serverless group 2 what I present. Maybe we are just making the comparisons. Group 2 what I present was pachataura nezvahybrid multiplied nema microservices. It links with the serverless computing environment. So they will present, there is coherence there. When they will be flowing, you will see what I'm saying as they present.
So Susawa who is just comparing it in the edge computing.
Yes.
What?
Yes, guys. Then, in terms of any more questions? Questions, guys. Questions. The other thing, guys, going forward, I will be expecting you to talk. Tichange tichitaura, there will be a lot of talking in this class. There will be a lot of talking. It's an interactive class. We don't want someone dominating the talking like what I did today, because I was just introducing the course. Going forward, we'll be asking each other questions, trying to answer those questions, having feedback on whatever we've learned. And I hope the next time we'll be having the doc, you will be in. So be prepared, guys. If there are any changes, I will inform you on time to our schedule. I'll be communicating with the class rep. I don't want to get into a group, have your group, discuss whatever you discuss. If you think you need any form of assistance, feel free to contact me. These are group presentations. If you feel there's need for me to assist you in your presentation, feel free to contact me. But I would like a situation where we say, we've done this, what is the next level? And I have some of you whom I know your strengths. Please don't come to me asking what I know that you know. Any more questions before we leave, guys? Or you still feel no, thank you, sir. So no questions. Some of you want to go and cook for their spouses and for their children. Some of you want to travel whilst no questions. So guys, let's meet next week on Tuesday. Tomorrow is the day for preparing research on the questions that we just on the presentation that answer this question. So I think, guys, for today, let's call it a day. If there are no questions, we are good to go. I will be the last person to leave this lecture, and I will be allowing you to leave. Can you leave the lecture now?